Hey everybody, welcome to another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at a Jamaican roots reggae group called the Itals.
Okay.
And we have got a really interesting selection of sources for this one. I think this is going to be a pretty fun one.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, we've got some articles, we've got a website bio, and we've even got a Wikipedia page for this one.
Oh,
So we're going to be all over the place. And, I think there are going to be some really interesting connections that we find in this one.
oh yeah, for sure.
Like even to a pretty major rock and roll band. I'm excited to dig into this.
Very cool. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So the Idols are known for their beautiful harmonies and super conscious lyrics focused on positivity and love.
Nice.
Yeah. So let's get started with the origin story. The Idols officially formed in 1976.
1976.
Yeah. But to really get a feel for their sound, we kind of need to go back even further
Okay.
to the late 60s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, when their lead singer Keith Porter was already making a name for himself in the Jamaican music scene.
Huh.
Yeah, he was part of groups like the Westmorelites,
Yes.
Soul Hermit, and Future Generation.
Those are some pretty awesome names.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And it's interesting because he was all over the place style-wise in those early years.
Oh, we're
Like everything from, more traditional Jamaican sounds to American R&B and even love songs.
okay. So that kind of diverse background, that probably had an effect on the Itals.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You can hear those early explorations woven into their music.
Okay.
They're for sure grounded in roots reggae, but there's this real richness and depth to their sound
Gotcha.
that comes from Keith's, kind of varied musical background.
Interesting.
Yeah, like each of those early projects was like a stepping stone,
Yeah.
leading him to the unique blend that became the Idol's signature style.
So you're saying that that kind of prepared him for the Itals?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And speaking of signature style, we can't talk about the Idols without mentioning Ain't It Is Ya Time, their breakout hit from 1976. And did you know it wasn't originally even meant to be an Idol song?
Really?
No, it was just a solo Keith Porter track.
Oh, wow.
But the producer, Lloyd Campbell, thought it needed a little something more.
Okay. Yeah.
So he brought in Ronnie Davis to add some harmonies.
Okay.
And that's where the magic happened.
Right.
It became a massive hit in Jamaica. But they still needed a name for the group.
Yeah, that's true.
And there are actually two versions of how they landed on the Idols.
Oh, two origin stories.
Yeah.
Like it.
So one version credits Brian Thomas from RJR, a Jamaican radio station.
Okay.
And apparently he just spontaneously suggested Idols because there was more than one person singing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. The other version links the name to Keith Porter's strict Idol diet, which is all about natural, pure foods.
Huh. Interesting.
So which is it? Does the name reflect the harmonies or Keith's lifestyle? Maybe it's a
Yeah.
bit of both,
Maybe.
but it definitely adds a layer of mystery to the band's identity.
Right. I like that little bit of mystery.
Me too.
Yeah.
All right, so before we get too deep into their lyrics and themes, let's talk about that rock and roll connection.
Okay, the one you mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you ready for this?
Lay it on me.
Okay, so Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones
Oh, wow. Okay.
was such a huge fan of Ina Dis Ya Time
Really?
that he chose it as the only reggae track
Wow.
for his Artist's Choice CD for Starbucks.
That's pretty major.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Huge.
And not only that, but both Keith Richards and Mick Jagger were apparently so blown away by Ina Dis Ya Time
Oh, wow.
back in the day
Yeah.
that they each bought 100 copies of the single.
Wow. Talk about a stamp of approval
I know, right?
from some huge names in rock and roll.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that just speaks to the universal appeal of the Idols music.
Yeah, I can see that.
Clearly resonated with people far beyond just the typical reggae audience.
For sure.
Okay, so let's fast forward a bit and kind of trace the Idols' musical journey through the 70s and 80s.
All right, sounds good.
So they kept releasing hits like Don't Wake the Lion, Brutal, and Temptation.
Nice.
And then in 1981, they released their debut album, Brutal Out Day.
Brutal Out Day. Okay.
Yeah, and Brutal is such a powerful song.
Yeah.
Musically and lyrically.
What makes it so powerful?
Well, it's got that classic roots reggae feel, but there's this rawness and urgency to it that just grabs you.
Okay.
It's definitely not your typical feel-good reggae tune.
Right.
It's got a real edge to it, a sense of social commentary that goes beyond just vibes.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the lyrics are super potent. They tackle issues of poverty, oppression, and the struggle for justice.
Wow. So it's really hard hitting.
Oh yeah, it is. It's interesting because on one hand, you have that classic Itals sound.
Right.
Those beautiful harmonies, the
Right.
infectious rhythm.
Uh,
But then you have these lyrics that are cutting and challenging.
yeah, so they're using the music
Totally.
to make a statement.
Exactly. To raise awareness about the realities of life in Jamaica at the time.
Right.
And they're doing it with such passion and conviction.
Yeah, you can feel the fire in Keith Porter's voice.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
The anger and frustration, but also the hope and determination.
It's interesting how music can do that, you know?
Totally.
Like convey such strong emotions.
Yeah, and that's what makes Brutal such a compelling song.
Yeah.
It's not just entertainment, it's a call to action.
I see.
It's a reminder that music can be such a powerful tool for social change.
For sure.
Okay, so they had this incredible debut album.
Yeah.
And they were gaining serious momentum. They even toured the U.S. and Canada, backed by the legendary Roots Radics.
Wow. The Roots Radics.
Yeah.
That must have been pretty amazing.
Oh, I bet. Can you imagine that energy on stage?
Oh, yeah. The Itals with their conscious lyrics and harmonies, and then backed by the raw power of the Roots Radics.
That must be incredible for the audience.
Yeah.
And their success continued.
Yeah.
Their second album, Give Me Power, hit #1 on the CMJ Reggae Root chart.
Wow. #1.
That's awesome.
I know. It's amazing to see how they were really hitting their stride. Yeah.
And capturing the attention of reggae fans worldwide.
Definitely. Yeah, but their influence goes even deeper than just chart success, you know? The Itals played a big role in shaping the sound of what became known as conscious reggae.
Oh, really? Tell me more about that.
So, you know how conscious reggae emphasizes like social and spiritual themes, right?
Right.
Well, the Itals weren't the first to bring those kinds of conscious lyrics into reggae,
Okay.
but they did it with such sincerity and musical depth
Uh-huh.
that it inspired like a whole wave of artists who followed.
Wow.
Like groups like Culture and Israel Vibration.
Yeah.
They owe a real debt to the Itals approach.
So you're saying it wasn't just the message.
It's the whole package.
Right.
The way they deliver it, the beautiful harmonies and rhythms that just draw you in.
Yeah, it makes you think about how music can really amplify a message
Oh, for sure.
and make it resonate with a much wider audience.
Exactly. And their success wasn't fleeting either. In 1987, they were nominated for a Grammy for Best Reggae Album for Rasta Philosophy.
That's right, a Grammy nomination. That's
Yeah.
huge,
It is.
especially for a group that stayed so true to their roots. But speaking of staying true to their roots, the Itals, like many bands with a long history, went through some lineup changes over the years.
Oh, yeah. That's inevitable in any band that's been around for a while.
Right. So Lloyd Ricketts, one of the original members, had some legal issues that prevented him from touring.
Okay.
And then later David Isaacs joined, followed by Keith Porter's own daughter, Kata.
Wow. So they kept it in the family.
Yeah. It's amazing how they adapted and kept creating music through all those transitions.
It is.
It really speaks to the strength of their core vision, I think.
Yeah.
And their ability to evolve, while staying connected to their essence.
Right. And of course, Keith Porter remained the anchor throughout all of that. His voice is just so powerful, so full of emotion and conviction.
Absolutely.
It's really the heart of the Idol sound.
It really is. There's something about his voice that just cuts through and goes straight to your soul.
Yeah, totally.
It's raw, authentic, and carries the weight of their message.
You can feel the depth of his lived experience in every note.
Totally. Talking about his voice just makes me even more excited for their show at Blue Note, Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's on January 24th, 2025, and tickets are surprisingly affordable, between $35 and $40.
Wow, that is pretty affordable.
Have you ever seen them live?
I haven't had the pleasure yet, but I've heard from people who have that it's like a truly transformative experience.
Oh, wow.
The energy they bring to the stage, the connection they make with the audience, it's really something special.
The Blue Note Hawaii is known for its intimate setting and amazing acoustics. So I can only imagine how incredible it's going to be to hear those harmonies and those rhythms in that space.
Oh, I bet. It'll be like they're singing right to your heart.
Exactly. It really is remarkable how their music has stood the test of time. There's a depth to their lyrics that goes beyond just catchy melodies.
Yeah.
It's about social consciousness, introspection, and connecting with something bigger than yourself.
You said it.
Their music makes you think, makes you feel, and definitely makes you want to move.
Yeah.
It's got that irresistible groove that reggae is known for.
Speaking of groove, we can't forget about their incredible live performances.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, the Blue Note Hawaii show is going to be epic, but they've been rocking stages worldwide for decades.
They have.
Yeah.
And what's so cool is that even though the lineup has shifted over the years, that core essence of the Itals remains.
Right.
It's like a musical torch being passed down,
I like that.
keeping that flame of conscious reggae burning bright.
Yeah. It's a beautiful thing to witness that continuity of tradition
Right.
while still embracing evolution. It speaks to the strength of their musical foundation
Totally.
and their commitment to their message.
I was reading about their early days, and it's fascinating how much ground they covered musically before the Itals even formed.
Oh, really?
Keith Porter's journey with the Westmorelites, Soul Hermit, and Future Generation.
Yeah.
It's like a mini history of Jamaican music itself.
Yeah, it's like all those experiences were preparing him for his destiny as the frontman of the Itals.
Cool.
Like a musical apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Honing his craft and developing his unique vocal style.
Right. And it's so interesting how all those early influences, from ska to rocksteady to American R&B, all come together in the Itals sound.
It's like a melting pot of musical flavors.
Yeah.
Simmered to perfection.
Exactly. And that's what makes them so unique.
Right.
They take those diverse influences
Mhm.
and weave them into something distinctly their own.
It's reggae, but it's also so much more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like they've created their own musical language, one that speaks to the heart and the soul. And that's something that resonates with people regardless of their background or musical preferences.
Right. It's the power of authenticity.
Totally.
When you listen to the Itals, you can feel the sincerity in their voices, the conviction in their lyrics. They're not just singing words. They're sharing their truth.
And that truth is something that people connect with on a really deep level. It's about love, unity, respecting ourselves and the world around us.
Yeah.
Kindness themes that'll always be relevant.
Absolutely. And it's delivered with such a beautiful blend of harmonies and instrumentation.
Yeah.
It's music that makes you feel good, makes you want to dance, and makes you think.
It does.
That's a rare combination.
It truly is. Thinking about their music, I'm reminded of that phrase, roots and culture.
Yeah.
Like their music is deeply rooted in Jamaican culture, but it also branches out and connects with people from all walks of life.
That's the perfect way to describe it.
Yeah.
Grounded in tradition, but with this universal appeal that transcends borders.
Right.
It's a reminder that music has the power to bridge gaps and bring people together.
Absolutely. And their Grammy nomination is like a testament to that.
It is?
It's a recognition of their artistry on a global scale,
Yeah.
proving that their music has touched hearts and minds far beyond just Jamaica.
A well-deserved honor for sure.
Yeah. It's interesting to think about the impact that their music has had on other artists as well.
Yeah. Like who?
I mean, Keith Richards choosing their song as the only reggae track on his playlist speaks volumes.
That's true.
And the fact that both he and Mick Jagger were such big fans of Ina Dis Ya Time back in the day,
Yeah.
it just adds another layer of coolness to the story.
It's a great example of how music can cross genres and generations.
Yeah.
How a song can capture the attention of someone who might not typically listen to reggae.
It's like a testament to the universal language of music. It can break down barriers and create connections in the most unexpected ways.
It's amazing how music can do that.
And in a world that often feels divided, that's
Yeah.
a pretty powerful thing.
It really is. Music has this incredible ability to remind us of our shared humanity.
Yeah.
To create a sense of unity and understanding.
Because Idol's music does that in such a beautiful and uplifting way.
For sure. Their music is like a balm for the soul.
It is.
A reminder to focus on the good, the positive, the hopeful.
It's a message we all need to hear now more than ever.
And it's a message that's resonated with audiences for over 4 decades.
That's amazing.
They've weathered storms, faced challenges, gone through lineup changes, but their music has remained a constant,
Yeah.
a source of strength and inspiration.
It's a testament to their resilience,
It is.
their passion, and their unwavering belief in the power of music
Yeah.
to make a difference.
Yeah.
They've stayed true to their roots while also embracing growth and evolution.
And that's what makes them such a compelling and enduring group. They're not afraid to change, to experiment, to push boundaries,
Totally.
but they always do it with a sense of purpose and integrity.
And that's what makes them so special. They've carved out their own path, staying true to their vision while inspiring countless others along the way. It makes you wonder, what's the secret to their longevity? What's kept them going strong for all these years?
I think it comes down to a few key things, First, their love for music. You can hear it in every note they sing, every rhythm they lay down.
It's palpable. Their passion is contagious.
Exactly. And then there's their commitment to their message. They believe in what they're singing, and that authenticity shines through in every performance.
It's not just entertainment.
Yeah.
It's a way of life.
Yeah.
They walk the walk, and their music reflects that.
For sure.
It's a reminder that music can be such a powerful force for positive change.
Absolutely. And finally, I think their adaptability has played a huge role in their success. They've weathered lineup changes, industry shifts, and evolving musical trends, all while staying true to their core sound and message.
They've proven that evolution is essential for survival.
Right.
Staying open to new ideas and influences can keep a band fresh and relevant.
Yeah, it's like a tree with deep roots, but its branches reach out and embrace the changing seasons.
That's a beautiful analogy.
Thanks.
It perfectly captures the essence of the Idols.
Yeah.
They're grounded in tradition, but they're not afraid to grow and evolve. And that's what makes them so inspiring. They're a reminder that we can all stay true to ourselves while embracing change and growth. It's about finding that balance, that sweet spot where tradition meets innovation.
It's a delicate dance, but the Idols have mastered it.
They have.
They've shown us that it's possible to honor the past while looking towards the future, to keep that flame burning bright while also fanning the embers of creativity.
And that's something to celebrate. Their music is a gift.
It is.
A reminder that beauty can be found in simplicity, that joy can be found in the midst of struggle, and that hope can prevail even in the darkest of times.
It's a message that's needed now more than ever.
Totally.
In a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain, the Idols' music offers a sanctuary, a space to breathe, to reflect, and to find solace in the power of music.
It's a reminder that we're all connected, that we're all part of something bigger than ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful and powerful thing to realize.
It is, and it's something that their music embodies so perfectly. It's a celebration of life, love, and the enduring human spirit.
As we've been talking about the Idols, I'm struck by how their music has become a soundtrack for so many lives.
It's true.
It's the music that people turn to for comfort, for inspiration, for a reminder of what truly matters.
It's music that has touched hearts and souls across generations, bridging cultural divides and reminding us of the power of unity and love.
I think it's interesting how Keith Porter's personal philosophy is so deeply intertwined with the Idols' music.
Yeah.
His commitment to the Idol lifestyle, his Rastafarian beliefs. Those things aren't just side notes, They're woven into the fabric of their sound and their lyrics.
Right, you can't separate the artist from the art, especially with the Idols.
Yeah.
When Keith sings about living a natural life, respecting the earth, finding inner peace, it's not just rhetoric, it's a reflection of how he lives.
And that makes their music all the more powerful. It's coming from a place of authenticity, a place of deep conviction.
Definitely.
You can feel that energy, that sincerity in every note.
It's like they're inviting you to join them on a journey toward a more conscious, more compassionate way of being.
And their upcoming show at the Blue Note Hawaii is a chance to experience that journey firsthand.
Yeah.
To feel the energy of their live performance, to hear those harmonies soaring through the air, and to connect with their message on a deeper level. It's an opportunity not to be missed.
Absolutely. It's a chance to witness musical history in the making, to be part of a legacy that continues to inspire and uplift.
This deep dive has been such a rich exploration. I feel like I've gained a whole new appreciation for the Idols, their music, and their message.
Me too. They're a true treasure. A reminder that music can be a source of healing, hope, and connection.
So to wrap things up, let's leave our listeners with a final thought.
Yeah.
If you had to choose one song to represent the Idols, one that captures the essence of their sound, their message, their impact, what would it be and why?
That's a tough one. There are so many great choices, but for me, I think it would have to be Eine Dis Ja Time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's their breakthrough hit, the one that introduced the world to their unique blend of harmonies, conscious lyrics, and infectious rhythms.
Right.
Plus, it's the song that caught the ear of none other than Keith Richards.
Yeah.
It represents everything that makes the Idols special. Their ability to transcend genres, to connect with people on a deep level, to create music that is both timeless and timely.
Eine Dis Ja Time. It is a perfect choice to encapsulate the magic of the Idols. And as we head out into the world, let's carry that magic with us. Let's strive to live in a way that's pure, natural, unpolluted, dominant in a good way, just like the Idols themselves.
Beautifully said. May their music continue to inspire us, uplift us, and remind us of the power of love, unity, and conscious living.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of the Idols. Until next time, keep those speakers booming and those hearts open.